Have you ever wondered why erectile dysfunction isn't just something older men struggle with anymore? What if I told you it isn't just stress or performance anxiety behind so many cases today? It's the very food you eat and the bugs living in your gut. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how what's on your plate can make or break your performance, why one superstar bacterium, L. reuteri, could be your secret weapon, and how you can culture your own yogurt at home to grow out the good guys and supercharge your testosterone and libido. Ready? Let's dive in. First, let's talk numbers. Erectile dysfunction affects nearly 30 million men in the US today. 1 out of every 6 adult men struggle with it at some point, and yes, that includes younger guys. In fact, a recent study found that 26% of men under 40 report trouble maintaining an erection, 8% of men in their 20s, and 11% in their 30s. Think about that. 20-something, a peak of health for many, are walking into the clinic saying, "Doc, my performance has slipped." It's no longer just a silver-haired issue. Why is this happening? Well, years ago, we believed aging and stress were to blame. But today, researchers are pointing fingers at different reasons. Our modern diet and damage it's doing to our gut. Let me ask you this. How often do you reach for fast food, soda, or processed snacks? If your fridge looks more like a vending machine than a farmer's market, you're setting yourself up for inflammation. Those refined carbs and added sugars don't just pack on belly fat. They cause teeny tears and scarring in your blood vessels. And if blood can't flow freely, your penis can't fill properly. That's science, but it doesn't have to be that way. Men who follow Mediterranean-style diet, think olive oil, leafy greens, nuts, and fresh fish, experience far lower rates of erectile dysfunction. Why? Those plant-based foods feed good bacteria in your gut, lower inflammation, and keep your blood vessels flexible. So what's on your plate right now? Could swapping a burger for a salad be first step towards better performance? Here where it gets really interesting. Studies show that men with IBS or chronic gut disorder are twice as likely to suffer from ED. Why? Because an unhealthy gut leaks toxins into the bloodstream, what scientists call endotoxemia, which further damages blood vessels and throws hormone balance out of whack. Your gut is literally sabotaging your sex life. But there's hope. The gut is packed with trillions of bacteria, and some of them aren't just good for digestion. They're good for your libido. Meet L. reuteri. In rodent studies, mice given this probiotic saw spike in testosterone, larger testes, and surge in sexual behavior, up to the 10-fold increase compared to the controls. Imagine if you could tap into that same boost. Alright, let's roll into a quick demo. I'm in my kitchen, and here's how I culture my own L. reuteri yogurt. No pills needed. How to make this yogurt at home with these specific bacteria that I talk about in this video. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing, culturing specific bacteria is called L. reuteri. But what I do is you can mix it with other bacteria as well. I try to put in 2 other ones very important for your longevity as well. It's called Akkermansia and Christensenella. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be preparing it in this bowl. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna give a food for bacteria, which is prebiotics. And I talk in many other videos what kind of foods you should be eating. For example, sauerkraut, kimchi, that gives food for your good gut bacteria to grow inside of you. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking a little bit of prebiotic fiber, putting in a bowl. Then I'm gonna be taking a little bit of L. reuteri that you can get from Amazon or any other sources. And specifically with L. reuteri makes yogurt a little bit sourish. And then what I do is I would take this specific blend, just one pill. I open it up into it like this, and then I would just mix it. It's dry, I would just mix it. Let it mix. Again, it's not activated, they're not eating it right now. It has to be at the specific temperature and it has to be moist. So now I'm gonna be adding, I try to add minimum temperature pasteurized milk, but it's a whole milk, into it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add just a little bit to mix it in. And then what I'm doing is I'm just mixing this whole thing in. Then I'm gonna, as I'm done with mixing it, make sure they're not stuck to the glass. Sometimes that happens. Now I'm gonna just fill this whole thing in. Just like that. Mix it again. Now I'm gonna be taking and filling it in into these individuals as well. Just a little bit, then I'm gonna fill it up with the rest of it with more milk. Boom, and it's ready to refill. I try to fill it up as much as possible, all the way to the top. And you're gonna see when I open the finished one, the finished product, you're gonna see there's gonna be a lot of fat on top, accumulated. And what I do with that is I mix it up. This is how easy it is to make your own yogurt. We're gonna close it up, this bowl, put it in. We're gonna close each one of these as well, put it in. Boom. Now it's ready. We are ready to put some water inside. So we're gonna fill it up all the way to the top of where the milk ends in the container. So I'm gonna fill it up all the way. So this specific formula requires specific temperature that I'm gonna talk about and specific amount of time. So it's ready, we're gonna close it up. Now I'm gonna set the time and the temperature. First, we're gonna set the temperature. Temperature, according to many studies that Dr. Davis, Dr. Lee talks about, Dr. Burke talks about, is 99 degrees. Then we're gonna put 36 hours. That's it. So in 36 hours, we're gonna be opening this, but I'm gonna actually show you what it looks like in 36 hours. So on the inside, that's what it looks like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna mix this up like this, and that's it. This is my yogurt. You can also add all kinds of fruits if you like. The best fruit to add is actually a quinoa, because it's also a prebiotic. It's also a prebiotic for the bacteria that you are culturing or consuming in your gut, and that's it. So expect this to taste like a little bit like sourish, a little bit like sour milk. Amazing. Enjoy. You'll get up to 100 times more live bacteria per spoonful than you would from typical capsule, plus satisfaction of making it yourself. Before we wrap up, let me give you 4 simple steps to supercharge your gut health today. Load up on prebiotic fibers, which are onions, garlic, asparagus. They feed your good bugs. Incorporate fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir. Variety is the key. Cut back on sugar and additives. They fuel wrong bacteria. Take digestive enzymes like protease, lipase, amylase with each meal. These little protein scissors break down food so your body and your microbes can absorb every drop of nutrition, reducing gut stress and inflammation. Make these swaps this week and watch how your energy, mood, and yes, your performance start to climb up. You might wonder, what do enzymes really have to do with this? Think of enzymes as the spark plugs of digestion. Without them, food doesn't break down properly, leading to bloating, gas, and leaky gut, all enemies of healthy blood flow and hormone balance. By supporting your digestion with enzymes, you create the perfect environment for L. reuteri and its bodies to thrive. If you're ready to take back control, start by subscribing and sharing this episode. Drop a comment below. What gut-friendly change will you make today? And if you want personalized support, reach out to the enzyme specialist in your area. Your gut bugs are waiting to help you reclaim your confidence. Are you ready to let them?